current records of all such accounts. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the following. Number one, the circumstances that led to the funds collected through the Electronic Travel Authorization (ETS) system to be deposited in foreign bank accounts instead of the Treasury's single account TSA through the e-citizen system. Number two, a report on the particulars of the foreign bank accounts holding fees collected under the ETA platform, and if there were any relevant approvals by the National Treasury authorizing the opening and maintenance of the same. Number three, the quantum of funds held in these banks, the corresponding periods the funds have been held, and settlement dates since the inception of the implementation of this ETA system. And finally, number five, the details of the settlement framework entered into by the government and the foreign Swiss company for funds collected through the ETA system. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, Finance and National Planning. Leadership. You will undertake? Yes.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Honorable Speaker.
So please undertake that the replies to that particular statement come immediately after recess.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and we'll do that.
Next, the Honorable Joshua.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding rampant cases of snake bites in Baringo County. Honorable Speaker, Baringo County harbors around 38 out of 171 snake bites species found in Kenya, and 5 of these snakes are highly poisonous, namely black mamba, red spitting cobra, brown spitting cobra, papa adder, pumslang. Alarmingly, the region has been recorded as having one of the highest incidents of snake bites cases in the country. For instance, the District Health Information System reported that from January 2022 to July 2022, there were 254 cases documented. More recently, on July 3rd, 2024, the late Mr. Amos Chepuret Kimeres, who was in good health and going on with his daily activities at home, was fatally bitten by poisonous snakes. Despite being immediately rushed to the Cabernet Referral Hospital, he unfortunately succumbed to the poisonous snake while undergoing treatment. Honorable Speaker, subsequently the family sought compensation from the Kenya Wildlife Services, but were doing it on the basis that the Kenya Wildlife Conservation and Management Act of Cap 376 was amended in 2019 to exclude compensation for snake bites incidents resulting to injury or death. In 2021, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife assured the public that the ministry was working towards reinstating compensation for victims of snake bites. However, this commitment remains unfulfilled to date. The lack of redress is also particularly concerning in Baringo County, where frequent and fatal snake bites continue to devastate families, often stripping households of their primary earners. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following. The steps taken by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife to reinstate compensation for victims of snake bites, particularly in Baringo, on other regions where such cases are rampant. 2, the measures put in place or are being considered to provide interim relief to the affected families who suffer the loss of their loved one due to snake bites, such as the family of Mr. Amos Cheburet Kimeres, who succumbed to a snake bite. And 3, a report on the number of snake bite incidents leading to fatalities or severe injuries that have been recorded in Baringo County from 2024 to date, and the interventions made in each case. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. The chair, before the chair, Tourism and Wildlife, let me listen to a point of order from
It's
the
a
Deputy
point of
Speaker.
information, and I think maybe the other members can help us. I would have assumed keeping data on various illnesses and injuries and so on falls under health, which is devolved. So usually the CEC at the health at the county should be able to say what are the prevalent attacks that exist in the county. That is where the point of contact should be.
Very well. The chair, Tourism and Wildlife, is in the house. Vice Chair, a member of that committee. Yes. You can undertake on behalf of your committee. Proceed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the committee, I believe we can execute the matter during the recess and hopefully be able to bring the reply once we come back from the recess, given the time that is available between now and the time that we are going on the recess. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You can or you will?
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's now more proper. The next statement, the Honorable Amos Mwago.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding collapsed bridges in Ngara and Lanimai wards within Starehe constituency. Honorable Speaker, Section 10(2) of the Kenya Roads Act, Cap 408, provides that the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KURA, is responsible for the management, development, rehabilitation, and maintenance of urban roads, which includes any bridges on these roads. In recent months, heavy rainfall has led to severe flooding in Starehe constituency, which resulted in the collapse of 2 bridges in Ngara and in Lanimai wards. These bridges serve as a transportation link. Their destruction has paralyzed movement within the constituency. Unfortunately, this has adversely affected school-going children who now struggle to access their school, undermining their constitutional right to education, as well as disrupt the economic activities of the constituency. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1. Report on the status of rehabilitation of the collapsed bridges in Ngara and Lanimai wards in Starehe constituency, including timelines for their reconstruction. And 2, the immediate measures the ministry is implementing to provide temporary crossing solutions for the residents. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, Transport and Infrastructure Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We will avail a response in the next 3 weeks.
Do you say 3 weeks?
No, 2 weeks after recess.
Very well. Honorable Mwago.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to urge the chairman for transport to try and fast track the immediate solutions, because currently we are experiencing heavy rainfall in Starehe constituency, and the movement is inhibited by the lack of these bridges. If you seek for a solution, a temporary solution to help people cross the bridges as of now, I think it would be appropriate. But 2 weeks is far too long a time after the recess, which is actually 3 weeks.
Very well, Honorable Mwago, you are quite objective, and therefore I think the chair bring the statement immediately after recess, given that school children are affected. The next statement, request of statement, is by Honorable Mina. The Honorable Amina Muyanzi.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I stand to request for a statement regarding aircraft safety at Malindi International Airport. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding aircraft safety at the Malindi International Airport. Honorable Speaker, on the 10th January 2025, an aircraft registration number 5YCDC operated by the Kenya Aeronautical College was involved in a tragic crash 2 kilometers from Malindi Airport, resulting in the loss of 3 lives, injuries to 3 others, and extensive damage to the aircraft. Barely 2 months later, on the 8th March 2025, a Cessna 152 aircraft, registration number 5YBYQ, owned by the Kenya School of Flying, was also involved in a tragic accident, resulting in the loss of the life of a student pilot. Following these incidents, aircraft accident investigators from the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the Kenyan Civil Aviation Authority visited the crash sites and retrieved the engines of both aircrafts for further examination. Reports on the preliminary findings regarding the aircraft accidents were released. However, to date, no official conclusive reports have been released to the public or to the affected institutions regarding the probable cause or contributing factors and safety recommendation for accident prevention to ensure aircraft safety. These incidents raise concern about the state of aircraft safety at Malindi International Airport and the need for additional safety protocols to prevent such occurrences in future. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1, the current status of investigation in the 2 aircraft accidents involving aircrafts operating from Malindi International Airport. 2, an official report on the findings regarding the probable cause of the accident and the safety recommendations by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and KCAA. 3, the expected timeline for conclusion and publication of the results of the investigation to the public and affected institutions. 4, measures being implemented by the Ministry of Roads and Transport to improve air safety for aircraft used in training at Malindi International Airport and in airports nationwide. And lastly, plans by the government to compensate the families of the victims, including specific timelines for compensation. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairman, Transport, Infrastructure.
Honorable Speaker, 2 weeks after recess.
Again, 2 weeks
After, yes.
You have enough time, so bring it just immediately after recess.
Correct.
Let committees work.
No problem.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Next request of statements by the Honorable Joseph. Is that Joseph or Joseph? Proceed.
Joseph.
Or Joseph.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to request for a statement on the upgrading of Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding upgrading of the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39. Honorable Speaker, the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39, is an important transport route facilitating regional connectivity by linking Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Vihiga counties, and further linking to Kakamega, Bungoma, Kisumu, and Siaya counties. Notably, the road boosts agriculture and trade by connecting markets in Eldoret City, Mosoriot, Chepterit, Kapsabet, Chepsonoi, Cheptulu, Mudete, Javakali, and Shamakoko, while also providing access to Chebut and Mudete, tea factories, and transportation of perishable farm produce like tea, leaves, cereals, fruits, milk, and vegetables to markets. It is also the link road to Eldoret International Airport and key health facilities like Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, Jumuiya Hospital, Kaimosi, and Sabatia Eye Hospital. Honorable Speaker, despite the crucial significance of the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, it has never been expanded to meet the increasing traffic demand since it was tarmacked many years ago. Along it, and convergence of traffic from other regions. Consequently, it faces significant congestion due to expansion of Eldoret City, the towns located along it, and convergence of traffic from other regions. Notably, traffic from South Rift, Nyanza, Kisii, Western Kenya converges on this road via major roads such as Chemelil, Nandi Hills, Namgoi, Kisumu, Javakali, Kapsabet, and Kakamega, Chavakali, Kapsabet, straining the already heavily trafficked and narrow road. This has negatively impacted socio-economic activities in the region by raising transport costs, delaying emergency response, and hindering investors in public transport due to high wear and tear costs. Further, its deplorable state has caused fatal accidents, such as the tragic accidents at Chemarmar in June 2023 and at Mutwot on 10th January 2025, which claimed 4 lives and left others critically injured. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. Number 1, a report on the maintenance record of Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road C39 since 2013, including the details of the contractors, total expenditure incurred on maintenance, the scope of work done in each maintenance cycle, and inspection reports. Number 2, the short-term and long-term strategies for improving and expanding the Kapsabet Chavakali Road, including fully overhauling and recarpeting the surface instead of the current periodic patchwork maintenance, so as to get value for public funds invested in the repairs. And finally, plans by the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENA, to dual the Kapsabet Eldoret section of the road and construct proper road shoulders so as to ease flow of traffic on this critical road. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joses Lelmengit of Mgwen, Chair Transport. And remember, this is a road that serves me, and I'm affected seriously by what Honorable Joses is speaking about. Proceed, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, we will respond after recess.
It's okay, and this one we can even give you 2 weeks after recess, because we want a comprehensive answer on that particular one.
Correct.
Thank you.
2 weeks.
And please, Honorable Joses, just accept 2 weeks after recess so that the answer is comprehensive. Because it's a road that has really disturbed the communication between Eldoret, Kapsabet, and Vihiga. And I think even the Honorable Member for Aldai is also an interested party. Thank you. Let's move to response to statements. And the first one, we begin with a response by the Chair of Administration and Internal Security on a statement asked by Honorable Kakai Bissau, who is in the House, MP Kimilili.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The honorable colleagues were satisfied about that. But I have 2 other statements which were not responded to. One by Honorable Amina Dika, the member for Tana River, and the second one by the Honorable member for Nyeri, Honorable Rab Mukami. Maybe if the 2 members are in the House, I could respond to those 2, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Kakai Bissau, is that the correct position?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Yes, indeed, we met the CS, internal security, including the PS. They addressed the question, but what I would like to insist at this point, and what is very clear, as per my statement request, the frequent updating of the affected family needs to be adhered to. It needs to be done frequently, because as it is, even as of today, the affected family, the Bukhala family that lost their daughter, are not getting frequent updates. But the CS agreed that this will be done frequently. And at the same time also, there is the person of interest, Mr. Orwa, who went missing. And the CS has assured me and the family that they will continue pursuing this person until he's brought to book. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Very well. The Honorable Raso, you may proceed to give the replies on the statement sought by the Honorable Amina Dika.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Member of Parliament for Tana River, Honorable Amina Dika, requested a statement on the disappearance of Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed.
Is the Honorable Amina Dika?
Yes, she is in the House.
Very well. Proceed.
As requested for a statement on disappearance of Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, ID number 42848612, a resident of Ngumu Village, Tana River County. The Honorable Member sought steps taken to address the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi, status of investigation on the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi. I wish to respond as follows. Steps taken to address the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed of ID number 42848612. Honorable Speaker, on 5th of October 2024, Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed reported the disappearance of his cousin, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, at Garsem Police Station, via OB number 16 March 2024. He reported that he had earlier been abducted and dropped off at a petrol station within Garsen Shopping Center by abductors who were armed and traveling in a black Toyota Hilux double cabin bearing registration number KCU 576U. He further alleged that the same individuals followed and subsequently abducted his cousin, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, a 73-year-old male. Honorable Speaker, an inquiry into the matter was immediately opened under inquiry file number 2/2024 and a statement recorded from relevant witnesses. The victim's mobile phone number was traced and found to have been switched off within Garsen town on the same day. The matter also was reported and the data shared with the National Transport and Safety Authority, requesting ownership details of the suspected vehicle to aid in the investigation. However, the NTSA has yet to furnish the details to the police. Status of investigation of the disappearance. The matter is currently before the court with a habeas corpus petition number E0052025 was issued by the Malindi High Court. The investigating officer has filed a replying affidavit in response to the petition. Subsequently, the duplicate inquiry file has been forwarded to the office of the DPP, and as of now, the file has not been returned to the police for action. The case is pending before the court. Mr. Speaker, I beg to respond.
The Honorable Amina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I feel the response from the minister or the ministry is not satisfactory. And I also feel there is no seriousness because Mr. Abdullahi disappeared 6 months ago, that is October of 2024. what really surprised me is that getting the registration or getting the ownership of the car cannot take 6 months. So, Honorable Raso, I would also want to know when you expect to get the details of the registration from the NTSA, because 6 months is just too much. I also would like to know when is the file from the DPP expected to be back? Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Raso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have mulled over this issue of registration. And it happens people can operate with fake number plates or number plates individuals are going to fabricate on their own. That could be the difficulty with NTSA, but we also will not stop at that. We will demand for answers to what NTSA is doing and why the delay. The second part, which Honorable Member is seeking, I believe the DPP cannot be rushed, or they cannot work under the direction of the Ministry of Interior. But we will indulge the ministry to be able to use their good offices so that the DPP can understand this matter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, but you know, these matters don't come here in vain. And therefore, maybe you should take a further undertaking on when you will actually bring that extra report to Honorable Amina on that progress, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I believe we are well guided on this. As also members, we don't take it for granted that honorable colleagues will ask questions and the responses are frivolous. I think we will go the full mile to establish what are the issues that are missing. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. You may proceed to also bring the replies to the statement sought by Honorable Rahab, MP Nyeri County.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the member for Nyeri County, Honorable Rahab Mukami, has requested for a statement regarding the recent murder of a patient in Kenyatta National Hospital. The honorable member particularly sought to be informed on the status of investigation into the death of Gilbert Kinyua Muthoni, actions being taken to ensure the perpetrator of the crime is arrested and prosecuted, measures being put in place to intensify security of health facilities in the country. Honorable Speaker, Gilbert Kinyua Muthoni was killed on 7 February 2025 within Kenyatta National Hospital Neurology Patient Ward, Level 7B, Male Section, Group C, Cube 2. The incident was reported at Capitol Hill Police Station. The Homicide Investigation Bureau, alongside the forensic team from the DCI laboratory, were called in to process the crime scene. The deceased was found to have sustained a deep cut on the throat, and the beddings were heavily soaked with blood. The cube contained 2 beds, meaning the victim shared the space with another patient. Blood droplets were observed on the floor, trailing from the deceased bed towards the adjacent patient bed. The suspected blood traces collected from the floor, Crocs, kitchen knife, and fingernails were swabbed for forensic analysis and submitted to the government chemist in Nairobi on 7 February 2025. CCTV footage from Ward 7B was retrieved for further review. Statements were recorded from key witnesses, nurses on duty, security personnel, a cleaner, and one of the patients in the same ward. On 27 February 2025, analysis results confirmed that the DNA profile generated from the blood stains in both the knife and floor swabs matched the DNA profile of the deceased. However, the fingernail clippings did not yield any foreign DNA profile, and the swabs from the Crocs contained only lightly stained human blood. After the investigation, the file will be forwarded to the Office of DPP for review and further direction. Action being taken. The investigations are ongoing, and when finalized, any persons found culpable will be arraigned before court. Measures being put in place to intensify security in healthcare facilities. Honorable Speaker, the following measures are being taken to enhance security in healthcare facilities. The health facilities are encouraged to formulate safety and security regulation for healthcare facilities. Installation of CCTV cameras and security scanners in healthcare facilities. Police have enhanced security in medical facilities, and DECI is fast-tracking the investigation in the killing of the late Gilbert Kinyua. Finally, the management staff and patients are urged to share critical information via Fichua Kwa DCI toll-free hotline 0800 722 203, guaranteeing confidentiality and safety of the reporter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to respond.
Madam Rahab Mukami.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Honorable Speaker. I really appreciate the report. I can see so far so good. But Honorable Speaker, from the report you can see it's like they already know the culprit, the person who killed that person. Because they are talking about the knife, about the Crocs, and they could see even the movement. So I would urge Chair, kindly try and push the DCI and the investigators. They try and get hold of this person so that we can close that chapter. Otherwise, thank you so much for your report.
Chair, any other? Wait, maybe we take one or two more. Maybe there's some more interest. Mbui Robert, I see your name here. Do you want to weigh in on this? Anyway, I know, yes. Okay. Proceed now and...
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank Honorable Mukami for raising this particular statement. I think when you read through what the police have provided, and also that scene, a crime that is like in the James Hadley chase, that a fellow can go and kill a patient in a hospital ward and walk away without being noticed or without somebody picking that individual up. For that reason, she has also raised some issues that are fundamental, and we are going to push the ministry to be able to urge both the DPP and the DCI to hasten the process. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Madam Mukami, do you have a follow-up question on this? Because I don't see interest.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm sure Chair is going to push them. Thank you so much.
Okay. Madam Mayaka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just had a concern. A hospital like KNH, doesn't it have surveillance system or cameras? Because I wonder and still struggle to believe that somebody can just walk in a hospital and kill a patient and still walk out without being noticed.
That's okay. Madam Omanyo, you have... Where is the chair of the... chair. I don't see any further interest in this except that. So just respond to that.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleague actually raises something something fundamental, and that is what I said earlier on, that the top hospital in Kenya, because Kenyatta National Hospital is the top hospital in Kenya, that criminals can walk into a ward and kill a patient. Then one must ask, how safe are the other patients? Or how safe is a patient I'll take there? Could be your son, your wife, your brother, your mother. So for that reason, I think these are some of the fundamental issues that were addressed in actions that is expected for healthcare facilities, including things like CCTV, scanners, and also enhanced security in those facilities. So for that reason, I think we as a committee, we will pick up with the ministry from this point so that we can make visit to some of these facilities to find out firsthand for ourselves that actually the securities have been enhanced. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I presume this is a... Yes, Dr.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I listen to the Chair, Administration and National Security, this issue of a patient being attacked in a hospital, Honorable Speaker, I think even as you look at the security element, don't overlook the issue of conspiracy, Honorable Speaker. Because I do believe there could be conspiracy between the workers in the hospital and some of these crooks who are attacking the patients. Otherwise, if you just focus purely on security, the security guards, you might miss that element and then you find people continue suffering. Because I do believe strongly, when I listened to that case of Kenyatta, it was very scary, very, very scary. So also focus on the issue of what we call an insider arrangement. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
My presumption is that when you talk about security, you're looking at the totality of all that. I mean, Chair, you have something to add to that?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Makali is an economist. He is not a security person. But from the security point of view, when you report a crime, you are actually the first suspect. And the police will start from you. And that is how security is enhanced or how issues are pursued. So for that reason, I think he raises a very important point.
Point of order.
I am also on a point of order.
He's responding to a point of order, yes.
Honorable Speaker, she will be on a point of order on something else, not this one, because I'm an expert on this particular one. Honorable Speaker, what Honorable Makali said, that when we reviewed this particular case, even looking at the statement and also with the DCI, we are almost of the opinion that there's no way somebody will come from outside to kill a patient if there are no insiders who know where the patient is, they are on which bed, they are occupying that space with which other person. So for that reason, I think the DCI is covering the ground in terms of investigation on the nurses on that day, the cleaners, and everybody who was involved in that ward on that day. So I think that particular point is important and it has been noted. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Meli Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me just correct the Honorable Chair that as a lawyer, I'm an expert in security by my legal training. So I am an expert on security, and security must follow the law. Mr. Speaker, that was not actually my point of order. I've just been listening to the responses, and I'm wondering why this matter. In a way, it's actually connected. Why this matter is before the Health Committee?
Because this thing has happened in a health facility.
Yeah, but that's a problem. This is a security issue. It's not about health. It's not about whether this person was being treated.
Yeah, but he's not the chair of health. He's the chair of national security.
Okay, thank you. I think because he was talking about the issue of health.
No.
If he's responding as security, that's okay.
Health comes in to the extent
That's okay. That's
the
okay.
collaboration. Yeah, collaboration. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll go to the next one. Lekuton, Honorable Lekuton.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, the Honorable Chair for
Energy.
Energy.
Honorable Speaker, just to be on record, Honorable Speaker, is that before the Committee on Energy, we don't have any statements pending. All the statements have already been prosecuted and responded to, because earlier there was a notion that we were not responding. This actually was requested last week on Thursday, and today, Thursday, a week after, we have a response. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, just to give... Yes, from expert.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, it is true. We really want to appreciate the work of the Cabinet Secretary on matters to do with parliamentary statements that are requested. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Lekuton, Member of Parliament from Leisamis, had requested a statement, and the following are the submissions as requested. Question number 1, a comprehensive report detailing the project implementation metric for inception, from inception, accomplishment, key milestones, and the number of turbines KenGen intends to install. Honorable Speaker, the project is located within Longolayani and North Hall wards. KenGen carried out a comprehensive technical feasibility between 2020 and 2023 through the AFD as an interested financier. The site section was guided by several critical factors, including resource availability, minimum environmental impact, proximity to existing infrastructure, and robust community engagement. Phase 1 of the project will consist of 45 megawatt turbines totaling to 200 megawatt and a construction of 52.5 kilometer transmission line to the substation in Sirima. Phase 2 will have an 800 megawatt installed capacity. Below is a breakdown of activities already undertaken. Honorable Speaker, it's quite a lengthy, and I hope Honorable Lekuton has a copy. It's a table of activities already undertaken up to completion of the feasibility study that started on February 2019, where application for Marsabit County Government to develop wind power followed thereabout after almost up to now, March 2025, where we have the environmental impact assessment report that is going. And lastly, that is as of March 2025. And lastly is a free, prior, and information consultation and consent. That has taken since 2019 to date, and the process has been going on. Secondly, the second question, as the total acreage of land KenGen intends to use for the project, including buffer zone. Honorable Speaker, the Marsabit Wind Farm project will require approximately 49,800 hectares to accommodate the installation of wind turbine generators, supporting infrastructure, and internal road networks. This includes 365 square kilometers in Longolayani Ward and 56 square kilometers in North Hall Ward. The designated area accounts for the necessary buffer zone and transmission wayleave. 3, what was the action taken by KenGen to address the concern raised during public participation as precedents to the project implementation? It is important to appreciate that KenGen has carried out extensive engagement with the community and other stakeholders. In a joint workshop held on the 21st and 22nd 22nd March 2025 in Isiolo, which included representatives from the 5 indigenous communities, Council of Elders, professionals, women, youth, and persons living with disability. It was agreed that certain issues raised will be addressed through technical studies, while other issues would be resolved during environmental and social impact assessment report will be going. 4, a question as to assurance that the planned infrastructural developments stemming from the project, especially roads, will traverse Leisami's constituency. Honorable Speaker, the response to that is that the primary mandate of Kenya is power generation. However, the company will corroborate with the relevant government institutions to ensure that the project equipment is safely transported to the site. KenGen will continue to monitor the various efforts being made in the area on a road construction or modifications, and the final decisions will be taken at the project implementation stage based on the best route that will be more efficient, especially in considering wide load requiring a large clearance. Lastly, Honourable Speaker, the funding framework for the project. The response is, Honourable Speaker, the Marsabit Wind Farm project represents a total of investment is approximately 450 million euros, and transmission line by Development Finance Institution. At the present, KFW and AFD have been involved in the project since 2018 to 2024. KenGen will also be on leverage on government incentives or subsidies. The financing negotiations of the project have not yet begun. That is the response, Honourable Speaker. We have question number 6, modalities on how KenGen intends to implement the project prior to full acquisition of community land. And the response is that KenGen is waiting for the completion of the community land registration, as other preparatory studies such as ESIA, BADS and BATS survey, and FPIC continue. Therefore, the implementation of the project will only occur after the pending issues have been addressed. That is the response, Honourable Speaker, from Honourable CS Opio Wandai. Thank you.
Lekuton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, while I thank my colleague, Chairman for Energy, for a good answer, I feel that he's left a lot of my questions unanswered. And Mr. Speaker, allow me to go one by one on the 6 questions that he just answered. Mr. Speaker, I find it very difficult to believe that 6 years down the road of feasibility study done.
Chairman, I hope you're taking note of all the questions that he intends to ask. Yes, proceed.
I find it hard to believe that 6 years down the road, after feasibility study is done, and even the road survey is done, Kenya is still not sure where the road will go through, Mr. Speaker. I feel and I smell a sinister move, Mr. Speaker, on this specific question. So it's not well answered. I need more clarification, Mr. Speaker, because any society that produces energy must be rewarded. And one of those rewards is infrastructure. And no society will develop without infrastructural activities going on in the soil. Mr. Speaker, sir, secondly, in one of his statements, I asked also, where will this headquarters be located of this KenGen project? Because we know for sure that almost 90-something% of the project is in Leisami's constituency. Again, they are vague on that answer. Mr. Speaker, feasibility studies have been done for almost now 4 years. Yet, the information given to the public participants, including the local men and women who cannot read and write, including the professionals, including name it, anyone who lives with that area, is piecemeal. They are not given in fully answers. They are given information that they're introducing any chapter that they want, they bring it on, and the ones they don't like, they leave it out. So feasibility studies must be well documented and well presented. The fourth one, Mr. Speaker, is KenGen should conduct public participation in its entity as far as the community living there are concerned. Mr. Speaker, we have the El Molos there, we have the Trukanas, we have the Rendiles, we have the Samburus, we have many tribes that live there. But KenGen has chosen to call each individual group to Isiolo to talk to them. This is a collective effort. This is a community land. All those people should be brought together with the professionals of that Laisami's constituency together, because each information, separate information is given to each group separately. So the community cannot really comprehend the entire issue on how KenGen will operate in their land. Mr. Speaker, on issue of commitment on the land registration, Mr. Speaker, there is no signed document by KenGen to show the community that they will do no project will start until the community land registration is fully registered and fully understood by everyone. So, Mr. Speaker, that's another misstep that they have done, and we need that to be clarified. Mr. Speaker, they have not also answered on the number of turbines which will be located within the Laisami's constituency. By having the number of turbines, now that we know it's 200 megawatts being started, and we know each of those turbines will carry a number of megawatts, we need to know the number of megawatts that will be located within my constituency, or our constituency of Laisami's, so that we can know how much of our land is being used by KenGen to produce power. Mr. Speaker, I would like to indulge in you, please. This is a very serious issue that affects the people of northern Kenya, whose only chance sometimes is the resource of wind, especially in that part. They are not well engaged by KenGen. None of what they are giving is being taken into consideration. Mr. Speaker, I'm asking you and begging you that please let us have this Committee on Energy visit Loyangalani Mount Kulal area to look at that specific site that KenGen is going to put that power plant. That way, this Parliament will understand what we are talking about. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair, I recollect that you had talked of 400 and something thousand hectares. Is that the farm or that is the plant itself? Because maybe the grid or something like that, and you probably have to differentiate that, because the farm is, my presumption is that the farm is very big, but then of course all the power collects into a central place.
Correct, Honorable Speaker. I didn't get your question whether
The
it was 450 million euros.
No. The acreage. You did give acreage, yes.
Acreage, Honorable Speaker, is 49,800 hectares.
Now, proceed and answer the issue that
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, yes. I appreciate the very keen listening of the person who had requested for this response. That is Honorable Lekuton. Honorable Speaker, yes, I agree with him. 6 years down the line is quite a long time. Honorable Speaker, regarding where the roads will be passing, Honorable Speaker, in answer question number 4, the KenGen, through the Minister, has responded by saying that they will be collaborating with the relevant government institution to ensure the project equipment is safely transported. Okay, I agree. not mentioned, and that as to full disclosure of public participation, I totally agree. They gave names of council of elders, some people that they met, but again, Lekutoni is talking about the Turkanas and the other communities that are living there who are not mentioned, and they were never involved in the public participation. In terms of the land registration, Honorable Speaker, on that, and the answer to question number 6 is that they are saying Kengen is waiting for the completion of the community land registration. So that
and who's supposed to do that?
Pardon?
Who's supposed to do that?
It is Kengen.
It is Kengen?
Yes.
Kengen is waiting for something that has to be done by Kengen.
Kengen is waiting for the completion of the land because it's a process. It is not the ministry.
Kengen is waiting for the completion of the land registration by Kengen.
Not by Kengen.
By who?
By, I think, the Ministry of Lands and the people and the county government of Marsabit, I think. I want to believe that that is the process. But again, I will be checking this.
Yeah,
I will be taking on this.
Honorable Rasso, who also comes from the same region, is on a point of order. Let's hear you, Honorable Rasso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, listening to the chairman, with benefit, giving him the benefit of doubt, I think these answers are coming from the ministry. There's the famous Lake Turkana wind power that generates 360 kilowatts. Megawatts to the national grid. You know, the reason why the communities went to court is exactly on what Kengen is doing. Because there was total denial of participation of the community.